Welcome to my channel. This is The Beautiful Game with Oscar. Football is my therapy. This is a platform where the football community meets for upcoming games, for transfers, tactics, definitely banter, and for some robust engagements. It's only 3 games into the new season, and Kaizer Chiefs have seen the need to strengthen their striking department. They have now secured the signature for a 24-year-old Colombian on loan. Now, it appears that they already see problems in that department because Chivaviro seems to be forever injured. Dupree, same thing. And they also had to replace Caleb, the Black Panther from Burundi. Now, before we can go through in explaining the profile of the new Colombian striker, I think it's only fair for me to actually go through the 8 years that Kaizer Chiefs have been struggling without winning anything. I mean, they are now in an 8-year drought without any silverware. Now, in the 8 years of winning nothing, they've had about 7 coaches. And we need to also check what these 7 coaches have had in their disposal. What type of strikers did they have? Is the recruitment system at Naturena or the scouting department at Naturena sleeping in their jobs? Are they getting the proper players? Anyway, so the 7 coaches that started this whole thing, the first coach was Steve Compella. Steve Compella, probably amongst the 7 coaches, is the one who stayed the longest at Naturena. He stayed there probably 3 years. And if you had to compare with the other coaches, he did well because he took Kaizer Chiefs to 2 finals, the MTN 8 and the Telkom knockout. Telkom knockout 2016, he lost to Sundowns and he lost 1-0 to a Nathan Paulser penalty, if I remember correctly, against Ajax Cape Town. But now, in his 3 years while he was at Naturena, what type of players did he have? What type of forwards did he have? At some point, he had a Kamaldeen Abro, the Togolese. He was coming from Free State Stars. He had Ryan Moon. He had Lewis Macha, the Zambian. I think if I mention that name, you probably don't even know if such a player played for Kaizer Chiefs. But he was part of the pack. Edward Mangele, and there was a Kataviro from Zimbabwe. And you remember the Venezuelan merchant or Venezuelan Venezuelan hairdresser by the name of Gustavo Paez. Seems like someone landed in Venezuela and saw someone who was built like a soccer player and decided to recommend him to Kaizer Chiefs. And Kaizer Chiefs, without doing any follow-up or their own research, just signed the player. So those are the type of strikers or forwards that Steve Compella had while he was still at Kaizer Chiefs. Then came the Italian chef, Solinas, who they employed or he took from, I think, Free State Stars as well. Under Solinas, Solinas amongst the 7 coaches probably is the one who had the shortest time at Naturena. He had Leonardo Castro, he had also Williams as well, but he didn't last long. He was kicked out, and then they went back to what they know best. They employed Middendorf, and Middendorf was the only one who came closest in winning the league, which was the 2019-2020 season. He also took them to the Nedbank Cup final, which they ultimately lost to TS Galaxy. All these losses are unforgettable. Then he was replaced by Kevin Hunt. Now Kevin Hunt, I must say this, that he inherited the squad because Kaizer Chiefs was under a transfer ban. He couldn't buy any players. So he had to work with what was at his disposal. Now he's talking about I mean, even Middendorf had he brought in a Serbian striker, which did extremely well. Extremely well. Probably amongst all the strikers I will mention in these 8 years of the Chiefs drought, Nokovic is probably the only one who had double digits in the league in terms of scoring. Kevin Hunt came, he inherited your Nokovic, your Lazarus, Gonzales, he had to work with them. He took this side to the semi-finals of the tournament. So we can say he did fairly well without having his desire because he was the time under transfer. They went back again to Stuart Baxter, who was also trying to revive the CBD, of the brilliant, of the bowling, and of the Castro. It didn't last as well. And then they went back to a sergeant that grew up in the club in Atazwane. They gave him the checkbook. He is the one who got Caleb, the Black Panther. And when they could tell that it was a mishit, they decided again to go to Africa, and they got a Christian, a Saile, a Congolese via the Zambian league. Whoever got that player, he was definitely not a direct replacement of Beminyane, because Caleb is a target man, but Saile is more of a winger than a target man. Now, they've employed Molefe Ntseki. And Molefe Ntseki, we got Chifaviro, and now it's the new striker from Colombia. Now, with all those players I've mentioned, is there a scouting problem at Naturena? I mean, amongst all the players we've mentioned, probably 20% of them are decent, but the others are just a mishit. So is there a problem with the scouts at Naturena? And then you talk about the recruitment. Are they buying players before the coach can advise them, or the club decides who to buy even before consulting the new coach? I don't know, man. I don't know. And anyway, Kaizer Chiefs has not had the best of luck with South Americans. The majority of South Americans who were decent, who played for them, were coming from Mamelodi Sundowns. Your Jose Torrealba, Dinero Castro. The Gustavo Paez guy, he didn't crack it at the Kaizer Chiefs whatsoever. Now, the Colombian guy is 24 years old, he's tall, but are there any red flags to you as a Kaizer Chiefs fan if you are getting a player overseas on loan? Does the management not trust the recruitment or their scouts anymore, that they are getting a player on loan? What do you think? I know with Kaizer Chiefs, anytime they buy a new player, they'll always hype a player. So I don't know with this guy what is going to happen. I don't know how to pronounce his first name, but he's a Gonzales. His name looks like a password of some airport, and I think I'll be using his first name as a password of my Wi-Fi at home. Is he the new password to victories, the new password to silverware at Naturena? What do you think? What have you heard of the player? Do you think He's going to be a hit. He's going to be a Haaland, as some Kaizer Chiefs fans had thought about Caleb. Now, looking at the new player, I just thought about this now, and it hits me that if they've gotten, because the guy is a tall figure, he's a tall player. Is Molefe going to be playing a helicopter football like Middendorp did in that season? It did extremely well. And if you're going to be playing helicopter football, or you're going to be launching them into the box, your javelin, it will then mean that Kaizer Chiefs will primarily be playing on secondary balls or second balls. Launch them in the box. Second balls will fall into your Potsane, your Modi, your Dupre, or if there's a double stacking partner, Chivaviro. Are they going to be going back to that? I don't know. Because if you look at the 7 coaches, 5 of them or 6 of them are similar in their playing style. It's transition football, big, tall striker up front. Middendorp played the same way. Gavin Hunt was the same. Stuart Baxter is the same. I saw Atazwane. He tried to build from the back. At some point, he changed and started also playing transition football. Are they trying to fix a long-term problem again, doing their shortcuts, buying such players at Naturena? I don't know, man. I don't know. But we'll have to wait and see. Time will tell if Gonzales, the new player, is a meet or is a hit. But welcome to South Africa, Gonzales. I'm sure Castillo will brief you on the intensity and the pace of the play of this league. That was the zooming into the 8-day drought of Kaizer Chiefs and their new signing, the glorious password, Gonzales. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please do so. Like and share with your friends. I do appreciate the support. Let's keep the channel growing. Thank you. God bless.